Hey, one of the strongest catalysts for information about the ties between the Trump campaign and foreign governments is a ranking member of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Now, back on November 18th, 2016, Elijah Cummings, get that date, Elijah Cummings wrote to then Vice President-elect Mike Pence, head of the transition team, about the reports of incoming National Security Advisor Michael Flynn receiving payments from the government of Turkey and payment to travel to Moscow and appear with Vladimir Putin.
Flynn registered as a foreign agent in March after being forced out for his contact with the Russian ambassador. But also last November, Elijah Cummings wrote to Pence asking him for information about President-elect Trump's request to let son-in-law Jared Kushner accompany him to the highly classified president's daily brief. Despite Kushner not being vetted and at the time holding no security clearance, Kushner now had to make multiple amendments to his security clearance form, one which led to the disclosure of the June 2016 Trump Tower meeting with that Russian attorney. For weeks, Cummings has been asking why Kushner still has a security clearance, and that is a really good question.
It also, Mark, puts into context much of what we're saying, that here you had Elijah Cummings really on the forefront all the way back in November.
Yep.
Asking these questions about Flynn and Kushner. And despite that, the White House still, well, the transition team, still acting in a reckless way regarding their contacts with Russia.
You have to wonder if things might have been different if Republicans, some Republicans at least, had the attitude then that they do now about how serious all this is, and may have sent warnings to the administration that, given what Russia did, that kind of attitude was not acceptable.
Well, it's something we said last night at the Harvard event, is that one of the most shocking things to me about the Republican Party is they don't stand up to Donald Trump. They have never challenged his most outrageous behavior. They'll occasionally will say they're shocked and stunned and deeply saddened, but nothing comes of that. I believe if they had pushed him harder from the very beginning, pushed him hard and said, our support for you depends on your behavior, your responsible actions, and we're not going to allow you to be this reckless. I do think if they'd been pushing earlier along Cummings,